Virginia City, as unaccustomed as I am to...
You get that speech learned?
Oh, got it down pat. On behalf of the citizens of this great city...
Hey, some guns.
Here, Hoss.
Well, what he's trying to say, ma'am, is that, what we're all trying to say is that we're just mighty happy to have you here, ma'am.
Thank you, each and every one of you. I have enjoyed Western hospitality in every city, town, and mining camp from Furnace Creek to Carson City. But never have I had such a warm and touching and beautiful welcome as I have received here in Virginia City today.
Well, thank you,
Mr. Wells, my manager.
Mr. Wells, Roy Coffey's my name. Mighty glad to know you. This is Hoss Cartwright, Little Joe Cartwright,
How are you?
and Mr. Searcy, the hotel man.
A splendid, splendid reception. But I do have one slight problem. Miss Bantry's luggage.
Well, that's no problem at all. Hoss here is one of Miss Bantry's greatest admirers, and he would be more than happy to render his services.
Yes, ma'am, I sure would.
Thank you. Thank you again, and I'll see all you boys tonight at the Gilded Lily.
Miss Bantry's luggage there. Go get him, admirer.
Songbird of the West.
Must have a bunch of them little old skinny dresses to fill up all them bags.
Each performance a matchless miracle of tantalizing, captivating artistry. You better get your tickets early, boys. They're gonna go like hotcakes.
Well, and Buford Buckaloo.
Boy, the Buckaloo brothers. Start tying everything down.
Joe, I wonder if I ought to lock them fellas up now or wait till the trouble starts.
Well, now, that's up to you, Roy. Last time you did it, they stole the cell.
Me and Lev come to town to celebrate. I mean to tell you we gonna throw the wing-dingingest, hooping, holleringest, fall-down water Virginia City ever seen.
Yeah. Well, what's this all about?
Oh, me and Buford hit it rich.
Is that right?
And I mean rich. After all these here sorry years of jackass single blanket prospecting, me and Lev done struck it rich. Silver. A whole mountain of it.
Hey, you sure?
Well, the Henshaw Mining Company sure is sure. Give us $50,000 cash for our claim and 5% of the royalties over that as long as the claim holds out.
Congratulations.
Doggone it. Congratulations, boys.
Congratulations.
Gentlemen, I'm Blackie Wells. I want to be one of the first to congratulate the lucky pair.
And I also want to invite all of you to see Dolly Bantry's opening performance here tonight as my guests.
Dolly who?
Why, Miss Dolly Bantry, the songbird of the West.
Oh, no. No women for us. No. Every time me and Buford gets mixed up with a woman, it ends up nothing but trouble. Women's nothing but poison to us. Ain't that right, Buford? Yes, sir. Buford and me's give up women for life. I just told them we're through with women for life. Ain't that right, Buford? Buford? Oh, Buford.
If your foot is pretty, show it, no matter where or when. Let all fair maidens know it. The foot takes all the men. The face so fair and lovely may charm the gazer's eye. But if the foot is homely, he'll quickly pass her by. He'll quickly pass her by. If your foot is pretty, show it when you trip along the street, for it will catch the eager eye of every man you meet. Don't toss your glossy ringlets, nor pout your lips so sweet, but gently lift your petticoats and show your handsome feet, and show your handsome feet.
Dolly will be right back. And I'll let you in on a little secret. The next number's even better. So's the costume.
I seen the sun setting on a painted desert, and I thought that was beautiful. I seen a mother doe and her 2 newborn baby fawns stop to drink at a waterfall under a full moon in a pine forest, and I thought that was beautiful. I seen a tri-colored Shanghai rooster a-standing in a field of bloomin' clover crowing at a rainbow. And I thought that was beautiful. But I'll tell you, I'd never knowed what beautiful was till today.
It's kind of pretty, Buford. Almost like poetry.
Oh, yeah. Somebody ought to just follow him around, write him down every time he opens his mouth.
I'll tell you one thing. She's everything you said about her.
Dolly Bantry. Ain't that the most beautiful name you ever heard?
Dolly, look, just don't give me any more arguments, you understand? I've got troubles enough.
I know all about your troubles, and I've tried to help. You can't deny that. I've done my best. But not this time, Blackie. Not a smelly old desert rat. I won't do it.
That smelly old desert rat, as you call him, has got $25,000 cash in the bank. Do you hear me? 25,000 hot, restless dollars just itching to get away from him. Now, do you think I'm going to let you make me miss a chance like that?
Please, you're hurting me.
Well, I'm going to hurt you a lot more unless you get out there and make him feel like a colt. You're going to make him want to romp and play and start writing checks.
All right, Blackie. But this is the last time.
Mm-hmm. Just get out there and do it.
Alouette, gentille alouette, alouette, je te plumerai, le dos, je te plumerai le dos, et le dos, et la bec, et la tête, gentille alouette. What can the matter be, dear, dear? What can the matter be, oh dear? What can the matter be? Johnny's so long at the fair. He promised he'd buy me a fairing, should please me, and then for a kiss, oh, he vowed he would tease me. He promised he'd buy me a bunch of blue ribbons to tie up my bonny blonde hair. Oh dear, what can the matter be? Dear, dear, what can the matter be? Oh dear, what can the matter be? Johnny's so long at the fair. Maybe we could have a little supper together after the show, Max, and get a little better acquainted.
Yes, ma'am. Pleasure me greatly.
See that horse? She's stuck on me.
Oh, Buford, if gunpowder was brains, you wouldn't have enough to blow your hat off.
Dad, burn it, Paul. How can you say there wasn't nothing to it? You seen it with your own eyes, didn't you?
Now, you gotta admit, she was kind of playing up to Buford.
And then asking him to walk her down to the hotel afterwards. Can you imagine that? Buford buckaloo.
Oh, it sounds to me you might be just a little jealous of Buford.
Oh, Paul, me jealous of Buford?
Yeah, you jealous of Buford?
Well, I'm just a little mystified, that's all.
What? About what Buford has that you haven't?
Go ahead and joke about it. Big laugh. Gotta admit, it's a little bit strange.
Well, I think Miss Bantry was probably having a little bit of fun, pass the butter, please. Having a little bit of fun with Buford. And, oh, he enjoyed it. He got a big thrill out of it.
She didn't look like she was joking to me, Bob. And if she was, she's making a big mistake, because I guarantee you Buford's dead serious.
I wouldn't lose any sleep over it.
You know, I was just thinking about what you were saying about Buford having something Hoss doesn't have.
What's that?
A half share of $50,000. You know, it just could be Miss Bantry's just after his money.
Joseph, you have an evil mind. Miss Bantry's not that kind of woman. She's a lady of the first degree.
Well, Hoss, you know, if Miss Bantry wasn't having fun with Buford and isn't after his money, do you realize there's only one possibility left?
What's that?
That Buford's right. She's stuck on him.
Howdy, Lel. Where's that Casanova brother of yours?
Inside, a Casanova end.
$200.
All right. I'll see that. And I'll, tap you.
Two pair, kings over tens.
I'm afraid it's not quite good enough, Buford. I've got 3 shiny jacks.
Oh.
So there's that sneaky, conniving jack of hearts. Where was you last time when I needed you? You no good bushwhacking, blanket stealing, claim jumping polecat. Hey! Horse cart ride! You old mule swamper, you.
Howdy, Buford.
What are you drinking?
How much you winning over there, Buford?
Oh, Blackie's a little ahead, but I'll peel him yet. I'll get some more ready cash, and we're going to go at it again this evening.
Sure you will.
I got a charge account at the bank.
Now, Buford, honey, don't you forget you're going to escort me to work this evening.
Blood poison, abscess teeth, and boils wouldn't keep me away.
Oh, Buford, you say the sweetest things.
Ain't she some pumpkin? Hey, Lev, come on in and buy some beer.
What? Why, you come in here this morning with over $2,500. You mean you lost all of that?
Lost it nothing. Lost, I'm gonna show you something that'll scald your eyeballs. Little, surprise I got for Dolly. I'm gonna give it to her this evening. Yeah, them's real diamonds. That there was made up special in Paris, France. Ain't another like it in the whole world.
Where'd you get a gewgaw like that?
I bought it off of Blackie Wells for only $2,000.
$2,000?
Yeah, just like stealing. Now buy us that drink.
3 beers.
Whiskey.
Buford, what was Blackie Wells doing with a diamond necklace like that?
Oh, he had it made up for a girlfriend of his in San Francisco. And when he come back from Europe, he found out she'd throwed him over for another feller, so he was stuck with this here necklace. Well, Blackie's loss is Dolly's gain.
That figures.
Buford, $2,000 is a powerful lot of money to be spending on just a casual acquaintance.
Fella hits it big, he kind of relishes spending money. Besides, this here ain't what I'd call casual.
Oh, now, come on, Buford. Use your head. You think anything really serious is going to come of you and the likes of Miss Dolly Bantry?
Why not?
What's wrong with her? Buford, there ain't nothing wrong with her. Dad Brent, I admire her as much as any man. You know that. It ain't her, Buford. It's you.
Well,
What's wrong with me? Buford, there ain't nothing wrong with you. It's just that you just ain't the type for an elegant lady like Dolly Bantry now. That ought to tell you something.
Yeah. Tells me one of us is so jealous, he's just choking up on it. I don't blame you, hoss. No hard feelings.
You know, Lev, I don't like to talk about a man I don't know. But there's something, just something about that Blackie Wells that I don't like.
I feel the same way, only a little stronger.
Yeah? But it's hard to believe that a lady as pretty as that Dolly Bantry could be mixed up in something crooked, ain't it?
Hoss. You know, a beaver tail cactus has got about the prettiest, most innocent-looking bloom any flower that grows. Did you ever brush up against one?
Blackie, I can't find that necklace that you bought me in Chicago.
Oh, you'll get that back this evening. A surprise from your Romeo.
You didn't. You took advantage of that poor, innocent man. You know, Blackie, sometimes I think you'd pick the pocket of a corpse.
Well, you ought to be glad I did it, instead of making a fuss about it. Look, $2,000, baby. When this gets to San Francisco, we'll be free and clear.
So far as I am concerned, we are free and clear right now.
Baby, what are you saying?
You thought you were king of the poker players. You had to buck the big game in San Francisco. Gonna make a fortune. Put us on Nob Hill with all the swells. So what happens? You lose all your money, all of my money, and $15,000 more.
Ancient history. What's that got to do with anything?
A lot, Blackie. You told me they'd kill you if you didn't pay off.
Yeah, and I told you true. Half the bodies they fish out of that bar are men last seen playing in a big game. Losers who couldn't pay.
All right. I went along with you. It made me feel cheap and mean and dirty. But I helped you get the 15,000. But that's all behind us, Blackie, and I am not going to do it anymore.
Oh. All right, baby. I'll tell you what. This will be the last one. We get Buford's money, and then we stop.
No, we will stop right now. Please, Blackie. Maybe we can't go back to what we were. Because well, we're different people now, but we could at least try.
Dolly, don't ever forget. Everything that I've ever been involved in, you've been involved in. So if you start acting up, I won't be the only one in trouble. I'll turn on you, baby. Quick.
You'd do that?
If I have to. But I won't have to, will I? Because you're going to help me. Aren't you, baby?
I'm going to help you.
That's my Dolly.
Anything good, the paper?
Supper on table. It's time you get here. Where's Mr. Hoss?
Upstairs, I guess.
Oh, maybe so Mr. Hoss sick? Not come to supper?
Well, he came in about an hour ago. He's carrying a box almost as big as he was. I was wondering what was in it.
Why don't you go ask him?
Yeah, well, I did ask him, Pa, but he wouldn't tell me, so I'm wondering.
Would you like to read the paper?
Yeah, thank you.
Hobson is right. Mr. Hoss is very sick.
A man goes out and buys some new clothes, and that's a reason for staring, huh?
You, joined the circus?
Oh, no. This suit is too loud for circus.
It's no good for work either.
Joe, this is not a work suit. Clerk at the store told me this is the kind of suit that a man in society wears.
Well, maybe a high-rolling gambling man.
Yeah? Does it really, Paul?
Yeah.
Because if it does, that's just the outfit I'm after.
What do you mean? What are you up to?
Well, Joe thinks that Miss Dolly and Blackie are just after Buford's money, and I aim to find out whether or not that's a fact.
Well, you come to supper now.
I'm having supper in town with a lady Hobson.
真係神經仔。
High-rolling gamblers, man. Looks like a casino.
Evening, Miss Dolly. I come to escort you to the Gilded Lily.
Come in, Buford.
I bring you some...
Oh, they're from an old friend of yours, that darling Mr.
Hoss Cartwright! Why, hi there, Buford. My, that's a pretty little bouquet of roses you got there.
What are you doing here, you double-timing, backstabbing...
Well, I was just having a little bite to eat here with Blackie and Miss Dolly. We had antelope steaks and champagne.
Hoss was just telling us about the Ponderosa.
Yes, cattle and timber and horses.
And a two-legged, soft-soaping, fork-tongued varmint that's supposed to be a friend of mine.
It's the biggest ranch I ever heard of.
Yes.
Oh, there's still some of your fine champagne left. Mr. Cartwright, let me fill your glass.
By all means, Blackie, if you'll pour a glass for my friend here, Buford, too.
I can buy my own. If Miss Dolly likes that stuff, I'll buy her a wagon full.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Buford, we were talking about that exact thing when you walked in the door. You know, I mean, after you and old Lev found that little piddly silver mine up there, I got to thinking, man can have a lot of fun with his money instead of just leaving it around a bank to collect dust and interest. I mean, after watching you boys run and play and hoot and holler, I decided I'd do me a little of it myself.
Horse Cartwright? I'm gonna climb you like a tree. I'm gonna hammer that head of yours to a point.
Buford,
Then I'm gonna
not
upend
going to
you.
make a fuss.
And I'm gonna drive you in the ground like a stake.
You're too much of a gentleman, Buford.
A gentleman. You hear that?
Well, I think it's time to go.
Yes, ma'am. Excuse me.
Well, just a gall-dang minute. I asked her first.
That's right, Buford. But I got here first, with the most. And that's the way it goes, Buford. Them that has gets. Sorry. Night, Buford.
Dolly?
Don't you ever knock.
Look, I want you to forget Buford. That Cartwright was telling the truth. I want you to go after...
No, Blackie, please, please. He's such a nice man.
The Ponderosa is even bigger than he said it was. Cattle they can't even count. Horses, timber enough to build a dozen cities.
I won't do it.
Baby, you're not listening. The Ponderosa's richer than the Comstock ever was. Now, you're gonna help me take him, or I'm gonna spoil that pretty face of yours. For good. Now, get out there.
The blackbird in the spring 'neath the willow tree sat and piped. I heard him sing, sing of Aurelie, 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 made of golden hair. Sunshine came along with thee and swallows in the air. On her cheek the rose was born, 'twas music when she spake. In her eyes the rays of morn with sudden splendor break. Aurelie, Aurelie, made of golden hair. Sunshine came along with thee and swallows in the air.
Kill him! No, Buford! Kill him out of there! I'll tear his arms off and kill him! You're a gentleman! Dad, burn it! Now listen to me! Let go of me, horse!
Excuse me, gentlemen.
Fight like a man! Chicken! Sissy!
sit up here and mind your own business and just take care of yourself. Now, Dirk Bernie Lev, he's making me mad. He's his own worst enemy.
Don't hurt him.
Now, what do you men think you're doing?
Why, hi, Roy. Why, we just having a little discussion and...
Well, if there's anybody here that don't want to spend the next couple of days in jail, he better sit right down and pacify himself. Buford Buckaloo. And Lev Buckaloo.
Evening, Sheriff.
If you gentlemen will join me, I'll take you into protective custody. Now, come on.
Protective from what?
From yourselves. Now, come on. I got that jail cell of yours all fixed and ready. You'll feel right at home. Come on. Now, don't let you give me a lot of trouble here.
You all right, Miss Dolly?
You imagine a scrawny pipsqueak like that trying to take on a man like you? Why, he must have been out of his mind.
Yeah. Well, I reckon Buford figured that he had something worth fighting for, Blackie. You know, we ain't all as lucky as you are. We can't just win the things we want in a poker game. Night, Miss Dolly.
Good night, Hoss. I was afraid after what happened last night that you might change your mind about showing me the Ponderosa.
Not a chance, Miss Dolly. I made a promise to take you for a ride, and that's what I'm gonna do.
I'd give anything if it hadn't happened, Hoss. I mean that.
Don't give it a thought, Miss Dolly. We have them little scuffles all the time. Nobody ever gets hurt.
I'm not so sure of that. I know that you and Buford were very good friends before.
Well, Buford will get over it. He ain't one to hold a grudge. Shoot him. Howdy, Roy.
Hi, Hoss. Dolly.
You no good. You know what that horse is doing? He's taking Miss Dolly buggy riding.
Name calling ain't gonna help or change a thing. Now, if this was a two-horse race, you and Hoss, I'd have to say that he's all but out of sight and you ain't even left the barn yet. Maybe it's all for the best.
Yeah, guess I don't blame you for saying that, Rev. All the scrapes you got me out of in the past, all the messes I've been in. But Miss Dolly, she ain't any more like the others than the sunrise is like the night.
I ain't been around enough women to really know, but I gotta admit, she looks mighty nice.
Nice? Why, she's plumb... Lev, they just ain't invented words to tell you how I feel about her. She don't have to do nothing, don't have to smile. She just walks by and
I know, I seen it. And I might even believe she's all you say, if we hadn't been through all of this so many times before.
Favorite view. Never get tired of it. Never 2 days the same.
But always beautiful. What a wonderful way to live.
It's It's a funny thing for you to say, Miss Dolly. Half the people in town would change their lives for your kind of romantic and exciting life.
I'd trade with them any day.
Are all shore world people like you?
How do you mean?
I mean, well, you're different than you was when you first came here, and when you put on them show clothes and do all that singing and stuff. Well, you're just different, you know? I don't know how to explain it. It's...
You put it very well, Hoss.
Well, now, when you're like you are now, a fella can talk to you and pretty and... Well, it ain't just play acting, you know?
I know what you're trying to say, Hoss. The Dolly Bantry in spangles and sequins isn't a real person.
And you can just change from this Dolly to that one?
Well, not exactly. The other Dolly is always around, no matter how much this one would like to be rid of her. Well, I guess we should be getting back to town.
No, ma'am, not just yet. Get up.
Thank you, Hobson. Of course, the Ponderosa didn't come into being overnight. As with most enterprises, we've had a lot of luck. We've been very fortunate.
I'll remember this house. It's so big and warm and friendly. So exactly right.
Well, I take that as a high compliment, Miss Bantry. That's what we've been trying to build.
Special dessert, Missy Dolly. #1 apple pie. Little Joe, he eat a whole one before he leave this afternoon.
Hop-Sing, I couldn't possibly.
What's the matter? You don't like Hop-Sing cooking?
Oh, I love it. It's just that I'm absolutely stuffed.
You should eat more, Missy. You little bit thin.
Well, I don't dare. I wouldn't fit into my costumes.
You'll have to excuse Hop-Sing, Miss Bantry. He's an expert at minding other people's business.
Well, Miss Dolly, I hate to rush you, but since you're not going to have any pie anyhow. And there's a bunch of boys got tickets to that show tonight. I think we better get moving, or they're going to be terribly disappointed.
The show has a more peaceful ending tonight than last night.
I can't tell you what my being here has meant to me. Living the way I do, one dreary hotel room after another, well, you forget what a real home is like. I don't mean just the rooms and the furnishings, but well, you know what I mean.
I think I do.
Missy Dolly, goodbye present for you.
Oh.
One whole #1 pie. Same as for little Joe. Maybe so more better you become too big for costume. Mr. Ben say they hardly enough to one shotgun.
Oh, well. Mr. Cartwright, I do believe you're blushing. Don't give it a thought. Thank you again. Thank you, Hop-Sing.
See you later, Paul.
Thank you very much.
Before you look at me like that, Hop-Sing only tell lady what you say.
Yeah, I did say that. That's true. But I also said the costume was very becoming on her.
You know this is a real comfortable bed. If I thought all jails was like this, I might even be tempted to take up a life of crime.
It's about time you was letting us out.
Buford, you just better be thankful that Hoss Cartwright didn't file assault charges against you. Otherwise, you'd have been in here for another 30 days.
That double-dealing, fork-tongued, woman-stealing varmint will be lucky if I don't tie his ears in a knot.
Being in jail does that to Buford. Gets him all riled up. After he's been out a while, he even gets worse.
he gets worse.
Give me an 11 beer. Buford? It's good to see you. If you want to step over to one of the tables, why, we could butt our heads together in a little two-hand poker.
Fine friend you turned out to be. Letting Dolly go buggy riding with that.
Hiding over in the corner, huh? Scared I was gonna whop you around again like yesterday, huh?
Buford, I wasn't hiding. I was just sitting here waiting for you to get through spouting off over there so I could tell you.
You ain't telling me nothing. I'm doing the telling. You keep your consarn nose out of my business. And if I don't ever see you again, it's gonna be 4 days too soon.
Buford, Miss Dolly Bantry has just confessed that the necklace that you purchased from Mr. Blackie Wells here for $2,000 was nothing but a string of glass beads. And that him and her was in cahoots to separate you from your money.
Why, you double cheater.
Shut up. Now, Buford, it's up to you. You know your rights. What do you want to do about it?
It's kind of up to me, ain't it?
Yeah?
If I was to ask you to, why, you'd have to throw him in jail. And if I just wanted to be middling mean, why, you'd run him out of town.
Yeah?
Thing like this takes a little thinking about. Sheriff, you mind if I have a little talk with him in private before I make up my mind?
Well, no, not if that's what you want.
Yeah, I just want to do the right thing. Mr. Wells?
You've got to stop this. That Blackie's liable to hurt Buford something bad. He's mean. Real mean.
Don't worry about Buford. He'll take care of himself. Whips me about every other week.
Cosmo, you got a beer over there.
Yes, please. Sheriff, do something.
Sorry, ma'am. There's nothing I can do. They're just having a little discussion.
Turned out Blackie can be real reasonable. Give me back every dime of my money. Don't think I'll have you lock him up, Sheriff. Be satisfied if you just run him out of town with the understanding he don't even look back till he gets to Sacramento.
He'll be on that first freight wagon out of town, Buford. Now, Miss Dolly here, she brought me the evidence. I expect you're going to be dropping the charges against her. Would you want her on that same freight wagon?
No, sir. No, sirree, Sheriff. I want her locked up.
Buford!
Do your duty, Sheriff. I want to press my charges against her.
Sorry, Miss Dolly. Buford knows his rights.
Quit your sobbing and just throw her in the calaboose.
Yes, sir.
Buford! You can't mean that.
I mean it! And if you don't keep your consarn nose out of my business, I'll get you locked up, too. Well, lad, what are you waiting for? Come on.
Why is he doing this to me?
Oh, Miss Dolly. As soon as I can find him, I think I can get him to drop his charges. He's probably off somewhere studying about it right now.
Well, I found you both right where I want you. And I got a lot to say to you, Hoss Cartwright. Now, you've been sneaking up on it about as clumsy as a newborn calf. Wearing them fancy duds. Making out what a ignorant, uncurried, miserable-looking galoot I am. When all the time what you was really trying to do is tell me Miss Dolly wasn't interested in me. Just my money.
Buford, I was just trying to do what was best for you, that's all.
What kind of a numbskull you take me for? You think I didn't know what they was up to?
Well, Dad burn it, Buford, the way you was acting.
Any woman would rather have a rich man than a poor one. And if money's what it takes for me to have Dolly Bantry, she can have every penny I got. I don't know what money's good for if it ain't to buy the things you want in life. And all I want's Dolly. I had to say it, Miss Dolly. That's why I had the sheriff lock you up, so that there Blackie wouldn't make you go away with him. So he wouldn't walk away before I got it said.
I wouldn't have walked away.
Well, that ain't all of it. There's a mite over $20,000 there, and there's more where that come from. Now, if it's fine hotels and fancy living you want, you can have it. I know I ain't as slick as Blackie Wells, but I'll do my best to see you ain't never ashamed of me. On the other hand, this your money could buy a little ranch I know of not too far out of town. There'd be enough left over to buy a starter herd of beef and to get the paint and the lumber to fix it up, and the barn and the house and things. Living wouldn't be too easy. But if it's got any appeal to you, I'm offering you all the sweat and calluses I can raise. In addition to my good name. Either way, I take as good a care of you as any man can. And I do my darndest to be any kind of man you want me to. If you have me.
Buford. If you want the God darndest, out-twistingest, wonderful a sweetheart a girl could ask for. I should like to marry, if that I could find a very handsome fellow suited to my mind. Or I should like him dashing, or I should like him gay, the leader of the fashion, the dandy of the day. Oh, I should like to marry, if that I could find a very handsome fellow suited to my mind.
Wedding present for you, Missy Dolly.
Hop sing, it's beautiful.
Gentlemen, the bride! The bride! Hey!